tú, Jaime, es hijo tuyo.
Hey guys, sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to put this down. There we go. Hey guys, I'm cleaning my room. Well, just wanted to do a quick story about me being 16 and pregnant. I'm trying to start my channel of me and my life. You know, I have a lot of good stories. Well, not good stories, but I have a lot of events that happen in my life. Sorry for my face, guys. I'm cleaning and it's really hot. So if I don't hold it right or if I'm doing something wrong, I'm sorry. You know, it's my first time like really doing it by myself. So I wanted to tell you guys a little story when I was maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 15. Yeah, 15. Um, I got a boyfriend, and you know, he was my first boyfriend, and I didn't ever had a father, so I don't know. It's just kind of messed up. So I was with him for like, let's say 15, 17, 18, 19, like 4 years. Okay. In those 4 years, I got pregnant of my son. His name is Edgar. So I only dated him for maybe like probably like if the music is too loud, I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. Um, Me and my paisa ass, huh? Anyways, I was like 15, and I was dating him. I became pregnant. Hey, you know, I'm pregnant, and he told me, well, you know what? Either you abort it or I'm gonna help you abort it. And I'm like, well, you know, what the fuck, you know? No, this is not how it's gonna go. I'm like, if you don't want to be a part of my child's life, that's fine with me. You can get the fuck out, you know. It doesn't really bother me, like, but don't come when he's like, you know, 10 or 15 and trying to be like, oh, I'm your dad. No, because that's not how it's gonna work here, you know what I mean? If you don't want him in your life, period, that's fine with me. I don't care. But you know, just don't come later on and try to be all fatherly with him when you didn't even care about him before. So he's like, no, you know, I'm gonna be there. I'm sorry, blah 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 blah. You know, I was stupid and young, and I'm like, okay, yeah, well, you know, maybe he really does want the baby. So I stayed with him. Um, the whole time I was pregnant, he was never there. He was always out with his homies, you know, having fun, doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. Okay, um, he went to jail. He wasn't even there for the delivery. I was 16 at the time when I delivered my son. My sister was there the whole time. My sister has been my ride and die for whatever, you know, for everything. My sister has been there for me for the times I've been in prison. I'll do another one. I'll do another live about that. You know, the time I went to prison, the time she took care of my kids. You know, I'll do another videos of those. Okay. Um, Sorry, my dude's texting me. Um, I've done a lot of like bad stuff in my life, which I regret. You know, I'm also gonna do a video of you know, of being an addict and then coming out of being an addict, and that, you know, anybody out there that needs help with that, you guys can also message me. I was an addict since I was 15, and I have been clean. It's gonna be 2 years now that I've been clean, and I've been very happy sober, even though I've been chunky. But you know, I got chunky after my son, but you know, I'm doing something good. I'm doing my healthy food and all that stuff to lose weight, you know. Anyways, going back to the topic. um so I had my son, you know, he wasn't there. I got out, he got out of jail. My son was like 3 months. And then, you know, he comes and he's like, who have you been with? You know, I know you're cheating on me. And I'm like, no, no, no. You know, I just had my son. You know, I had a C-section. I haven't been with anybody. You know, I've been home. What are you talking about? No, you've been with somebody else. I know, you know, blah, blah, blah. So here he comes. You know, I'm scared. I had already got the depot shot because I knew he was coming out. I was paranoid. And I end up pregnant with my daughter, Aaliyah. And then I'm like, great, you know. I tell my mom, you know, I'm pregnant again. And she's like, well, what the fuck are you gonna do? In Spanish, she's like, ¿Qué chingados vas a hacer? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I want to keep it. She's like, ¿Y qué vas a hacer con dos niños, Martina? What do you think you're gonna do with two kids? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll work, I'll do something, but I'll take care of them. She's like, no, 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 no. You ain't gonna have this child. She's like, especially con este bueno para nada. You're gonna go and you're gonna have an abortion. So I'm like, fuck, I'm scared. I'm 16. I'm gonna be 17. I don't know shit. I don't know. She's like, I'm still your legal guardian and I'm going to do whatever it has to take. Y tú vas a tener que sacarte este niño, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I go, I'm hella scared. Okay, at that time I was already 4 months because I had the Depo shot. Okay, so I didn't know anything. Okay, I didn't know that I had been pregnant. I didn't know because I was on the Depo shot. So I never thought I was pregnant until I went to go do the Depo shot. They always do a P test on you and I came out pregnant. So then my mom takes me to Planned Parenthood. My mom goes like, no, no, no. This child is not having this another kid. She just had a baby. He's still very small for her to have another kid. Okay, so they put me like these things so I can dilate overnight. And then I'm like, okay, I'm all scared. I'm like, Ma, I don't want to do this. She goes like, I don't care. No me importa lo que quieras hacer, okay? She's like, tú lo vas a hacer porque yo tengo que lo vas a hacer. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I can't argue with her. I was living with her, so what was I going to do, Cry, leave, with my infant? What was I going to do? The dad wasn't helping me, so what the fuck was I going to do? So I go, right? I go, they put the little things to dilate me. When I go back home, I'm crying and I'm telling her like, how can you do this? Like, how can you just kill a baby? Like, Ma, you don't care. I'm 4 months already. I'm really advanced. That's why they're doing this. I have to dilate overnight or else they would have done the abortion there. She's like, a mí me vale madre. She's like, I'm thinking about you and lo bueno que en tu futuro and blah, 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 right? You know how moms are talking all this shit, She's lying. She just doesn't want me to have another kid. So she's like, no, no quiero que tengas más niños. Y si lo quieres, no lo vas a tener aquí. So I'm like, fuck. So I call my sister. Me and my sister, like I told you guys, we've been really tight. Sorry, the camera moves a lot, but I don't have nowhere to sit it. So I'm like literally holding it with my hand. So then I'm like, okay, I'm like, sister, I'm pregnant. My mom wants me to abort it. And she's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I already went. They put some stuff in me. They're going to I'm dilating right now overnight. I'm supposed to go back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And they're going to do the abortion on me. And she's like, fuck, are you really like going to do it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm scared. So then my sister's like, what are you going to do? And then I'm like, I don't know. And then we're just going back with, what are you going to do? What are you thinking? And I'm like, fuck. So then my mom's dude at the time, he's like, you know what? Just have the child. I'll help you. Don't let her talk you into that. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, all right, shit, I'm going to keep it. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I don't want to, that's my kid, So there we go. I go to the hospital in the night and then I'm like, my mom's asleep. I go to the hospital and I'm like, you know what? My mom, we went to Planned Parenthood and we put some things to dilate to have an abortion. And they were like, you know what? We don't believe in that. So you need to leave the hospital. And I'm like, what the fuck? They should just kicked us out. Okay. So then, he's like, the best thing you can do is go back where they install those things in you. Like if I was a damn radio or like the stuff that they installed in you and then have them take it out. And I'm like, shit. Okay. Well, the next morning I go and I told my mom, you know what, Mom, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go through it. You know what? I'll rather work. I'll leave your house. I'll do whatever the fuck I can, but I'll leave, I'm keeping this child. I'm not going to let you or anybody else tell me to kill my kid. You know what I mean? So then my mom goes like, okay, pues. She's like, okay. And that's it. And I was like, really? So then we went and then I told Planned Parenthood, can you guys take the stuff out? I'm not going to go through the abortion. They go, well, you already dilated 6 centimeters. So if, if the baby could come out, you could just miscarry. I'm like, well, fuck it. If I miscarry, I miscarry. But, I'm not going to go through this and kill my own child. So then they take it out. And guess what? I did not miscarry. My child is going to school. She's a perfectly healthy kid. She's 9 years old. She's a beautiful girl. And she's very nice. She's a very cute, beautiful baby. In the process of all of this, the baby daddy was like, oh, you could do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. That's not even my kid because I just got out of jail and you're already pregnant. Bitch, you were already pregnant. And I'm like, what the fuck? Really? Are you gonna come and bust this move on me? So I'm like, whatever, fool, like, fuck you, So we were still talking. He would still come over, whenever the fuck he wanted to be here, and he didn't want to be at his house and shit. He would always be cheating on me. He cheated on me with a gang of people, girl. Like shit. You guys have no idea, okay? How much shit this will put me through. Okay, so after that, guys, he hit me. He would hit me all the time. He would hit me because the clothes weren't washed right or weren't folded right, or because I cooked the food and he didn't want his rice and his carne together. He wanted it separately. He would throw the plate at my face hot, you know. He would beat me all the time. So if any of you out there are getting beat, girls, trust me, it's not worth it. You don't need a nigga like that. You don't. Trust me. Okay, you can find somebody way better, somebody that's gonna treat you right, somebody that loves you, somebody that's gonna love you and your kids, even though they're not their kids. Like my dude right now, I'm with him. I've been with him for 2 years now, and he loves my kids, even though they're not his. I know he does. He's a very like not emotional person, but he helps me all the time. He helps me with my family. He helps me with my kids. You know, he's never put a hand on me. He doesn't scream at me. He's like, you know, the most thing he'll be like, oh, you better stop, Martina. I'm getting upset. That's him. Okay. He's really nice. He works all the time. You know, right now I'm going to school. I don't even work. You know, he takes care of all of us. And he's been there for me these 2 years. He's been there for me like completely, guys. He's the reason I haven't went back to drugs. He's the reason. Him and my kids have been the reason, and my family to be the reason for me not to go back to drugs, you know. They've helped me through it completely, because you know, you guys don't know how many times I tried to stop going back to drugs and I just fucking failed, dude. I went back and back and back and back and fucked up. You know, I fucked up my whole life, guys. You know, but what matters is I'm doing something better. I'm fixing it. You know, I'm going to school. I'm trying to do a better me. You know, so you know, all this baby drama, baby daddy shit that I had going on with my baby daddy, it's like I'm done. You know, fuck him. You know, he's a really, you know, we were really good friends. We were young, we were dumb, you know, but anybody out there that is getting hit, you know, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So, you know, you guys want to leave me a comment down there, you know, in the little description box. Let me know. You know, I have a lot of things that I would love to share with you guys. You know, like, okay, so after that, let's go back to the story and then we'll finish, and then I'll keep on telling you guys. So, I had my daughter. We were good. He would hit me all the time though. Like beat me, girls, like beat me. You guys don't have idea. He would beat me. He beat me when I was pregnant of my son. He beat me when I was pregnant of my daughter. So he was there when I delivered my daughter, okay? Mind you, he was the whole time downstairs with his friends doing drugs in the parking lot. Okay, and I'm over here like going through some labor pains and he doesn't give a shit. Okay. He signed the birth certificate, okay, for her, but he didn't sign for my son. Okay, so we were good, whatever. He kept on hitting me, you know, until one day after like 4 years later, guys, my son was, I think he was like 2 or 3, and my daughter was, no, maybe like, yeah, like 2, and my daughter was 1. Okay, my son is born June 11, and my daughter's born June 13, 08 and 09. They're just like 1 year and 1 day apart. Okay, and then he hurt me a lot. He's a person that, you know, he broke my self-esteem. He made me feel like I was ugly. Like he would hit me. He would blame me like, "Oh, it's your fault." Sorry guys, I'm gonna move this way. He would be like, It's your fault that I hit you. You know, if you wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have hit you. Blah blah blah. Like all this bullshit, guys. Like making it seem like it was my fault. Like what the fuck? Like you were the one that would come to my fucking house all crazy, and you want to blame me? You know, but at the time I was stupid. I would be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I would still ask sorry. Okay, like what the fuck, Martina? What are you thinking, bitch? Wake up, hello. So you know, he made me the person I am today. He made me a bitch. He made me like not believing guys. He made me be like always be like suspicious. You know, like those jealous persons. I'm really jealous, by the way, guys. Like I'm really jealous. My husband, my dude, we're gonna get married soon, but you know, I'm really like jealous over him. You know, I don't want to be like that. It's just that, you know, all the shit I've been through, it's like fucked up, guys. Once you guys know like everything of my life, you guys are gonna understand, and you guys are gonna be like, wow, this girl has been through so much shit and she's overcome, and look at her. She's still, yeah, that's what people call me. People tell me like, damn, you went through all this shit and you're still here. Like, yeah, guys, I've been through so much shit, guys. I've been through stuff that you guys don't even know. So anyways, he would hit me a lot. I left him after like, yeah, after 4 years. I decided to leave him, so I put child support on his ass, right? Even though he wouldn't work, I put child support on his ass, and I'm like, okay, you need to help me with the kids, because dude, like, it was hard for me. So he goes like, oh yeah, he tells the child support people when he's in jail. Okay, he's in jail, motherfucker. Okay, and he's like, oh, I don't know if that child is mine, Aaliyah. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you sign the birth certificate if you don't think that child is yours? So they sent me to do a DNA test on her, dude. It was so fucking embarrassing taking my daughter through that shit for nothing, for something stupid. So it comes out that he's the dad. And then he goes like, oh, I'm sorry for putting you through this. I'm like, you know what, dude, don't even talk to me no more. That's it. We're done. You want to talk to your kids, you can talk to your kids. That's it. We're not talking no more. I don't give a fuck. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. I don't give a fuck about you, okay? Period. Point blank. If you never thought my daughter was yours, why go through the hospital? Why sign the birth certificate? Why do all this shit? You know what I mean? That's bullshit. So we just stopped talking. And till now, guys, he's in jail. He's been there for a long, long time. And he hasn't been in my kid's life. He'll come into their life like maybe like a week or two. And then that's it. His grandma, their grandma, that's the person that's always been there. She loves my kids. She always sees them. But, it's just they don't have a dad. And it sucks because my son always tells me, he's like, Mom, why do other kids have mom and dad and I only have a mom? He's like, I have my stepdad, but still, like, I don't have my real dad. And I'm like, baby, well, you don't need your real dad. You have me, I know, and he does for like moral support and, to feel a little bit like a man, all that stuff called. But I love my son and I love my daughter and I love my baby. I love all my kids. I have another daughter too, guys, and I'll tell you guys about that one in another live, okay? So guys, if you guys like my video, give it a thumbs up, comment, down below, subscribe. I'll be putting a lot of more videos of me, going to prison, and then I'll do another one of me, being an addict and overcoming my addiction and a lot of other stuff that I've been through, guys. I've been through a lot of stuff, guys, that you guys don't even imagine. And you guys can follow me in my journey of losing weight. If you guys have any tips of me helping me lose weight, any other meal preps that you guys have, because for right now I'm doing like the chicken and the tuna and the avocado turkey sandwiches, that's what I'm doing, a lot of water. So let's see how it goes, guys. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and help me build my channel, please. Thanks for everything. Bye, guys.